everyone! For my science subject in my homeschooling, my lesson is about landforms and bodies of water. Did you know that 75% of the earth is covered with water and 25% only of land? And so is with our body. Our body is 70 to 75% water. Do you still remember what day the land and the water were created during the week of creation? You're right! It's the third day, based on Genesis 1 verse 10. Genesis 1 verse 9 to 10. And God said, "Let the waters under the sky be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together He called seas. And God saw that it was good. Landforms are natural formations of rock and soil that cover the earth. There are many kinds of landforms. Here are some of their of the common examples. First, mountain. A mountain is a highland with a peak. Next, plain. A plain is a low and wide flatland like this. This is where many people build their homes. It is also the land is also ideal for farming. Next, hill. A hill is a highland lower than a mountain. Next, valley. A valley is a long and flat lowland between two mountains. And here's the flat land. Next, volcano. A volcano is usually like a mountain, but it has an opening or crater at the top. When the volcano erupts, hot materials come out of the crater, like when Taal erupted. Next, plateau. A plateau is a flat land that has at least one side that is steep and high. Next, another common landform, this one. Island. An island is a body of land that is completely surrounded by water. And now, for the bodies of water, here are some examples of the most common bodies of water. First, waterfall. A waterfall is a fall of water from a tall height. It is formed when a river flows from the edge of a steep cliff. Next, gulf. A gulf is a part of a sea extending into land. Next, lake. This one. A lake is an inland body of standing water that is completely surrounded by land. Next, ocean. The term ocean generally refers to the whole body of salt water that covers a large part of the Earth's surface. Next, river. A river is a large flow of water into the ocean, sea, or lake. Next, sea. A sea is a smaller version of the ocean. Next, bay. A bay is an inlet of the sea that is usually smaller than a gulf. Next, spring. A spring is a source of water coming from the ground. There are cold springs on mountainsides that are sources of drinking water of the local people. And there are hot springs in places where there are volcanoes. And for my performance task, my mommy printed me the map of the Philippines. And I need to identify at least 15 landforms and bodies of water from the map. And I put numbers so we can identify what are those landforms and what are those bodies of water. For my number 1, I chose Bataan Islands because islands are the most common landforms in the Philippines because the Philippines is an island. Next, for number 2, I chose Babuyan Islands. It's an island again. Number 3, I chose Pacific Ocean. And Pacific Ocean is the biggest and largest ocean in the whole entire world. Next, for number 4, here's number 4. I chose Philippine Sea. Number 4, Philippine Sea. Sea is another common body of water here in the Philippines, which is a little bit smaller than an ocean. For number 5, I chose Baguio because I found out in the internet that Baguio is a plateau, which is a kind of landform. And for number 6, I chose Mount Pinatubo, which is a volcano. For number 7, I chose Manila Bay, which is a type of body of water that is a bay. For number 8, I chose Mayon Volcano. That one. For number 9, I chose South China Sea. For number 10, I chose Puerto Princesa, which is an island in Palawan. For number 11, I chose Sulu Sea. For number 12, I chose Moro Gulf, which is a gulf that's extending into land. For number 13, I chose Mount Apo, which is in Davao. It's a mountain. And Mount Apo is the highest mountain in the Philippines. For number 14, I chose Siargao because it is known as a teardrop island. Look, it's shaped like a teardrop. For number 15 and the last one, I chose Celebes Sea. And Celebes Sea is located at the south part of the Philippines. In conclusion, always remember that these landforms and bodies of water were all created on the 3rd day in the week of creation by our God. I hope that we will take care of these marvelous works by our Creator. Bye!